Today I will be reacting to a video of a guy and his girlfriend pranking her best friend, and the truth comes out. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Anthonyspade channel. Comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video. Next, I will not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if you haven't subscribed to my second channel, who is Anthonyspade, the link is below. All right, today I'm going to be reacting to a video of a guy and a girl call her best friend to do a prank, and the prank goes wrong, and the truth actually comes out. Okay, now one thing that I want to say before we actually get to the video is that in today's world and in today's society, what most men need to understand about a woman is that a woman believes she's smarter than you, that she can outsmart you, she can do everything better than you. And the reason why a lot of women feel this way is because a lot of men have become weaker. All right? It's not to say that men have become physically less dominant and women have become physically more dominant. That's not what's been happening. What's been happening in today's world is a psychological transition. Everything has to deal with your psyche and your neurological system. So a lot of you guys, the situations that you're going through and the side that you're on, women were going through that for a long period of time. Like, I'm an 80s baby. So I remember when guys used to have to sneak around and get their little side chicks and do, but now women are doing the same thing as guys. It's just that it destroys a woman, but she don't see how it destroys her because she feels good destroying herself. All right, we're gonna get to the video. Let's get to it.
Don't trust any of your friends.
Why?
You want me to show you why?
Yeah,
Call
why?
one of your friends right now. Call him right now.
Oh.
Hey, Rosie.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? Yo, I haven't heard from Desiree all day. Is she with you?
Yeah, she's actually with me right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Put her on the phone.
Okay, 1 second. Hi, babe.
Hey, babe, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Where you been all day? You haven't texted me or called me.
I'm actually doing my nails with Rosie. I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye.
What? Ain't that some BS, bro? I just caught that on camera, bro. This is why I don't trust your friends, Des. This is why I don't trust your friends.
She's a good friend.
Is she a good friend or not? All right, let's look at it from a man's perspective. All right. In situations now, when I was growing up, a lot of guys have lied like this before. You know what I'm saying? I've never had someone's girlfriend call my phone to ask me where he's at because I've always felt like guys and their girlfriends need to stay separate from their friends. So I never even mixed the two. So in this situation right here, she is being a good friend, but it's bad for the guy because if it was the other way around, a man would be being a good friend to his friend if a girl called. So you have to understand the situation here is that when it comes to love and it comes for romance, women will manipulate other women into doing bad, and women are better at helping other women cover it up. You don't believe me? Go talk to a single mother. A single mother knows 150 ways to get over with the system. And where does she learn it from? Other women. Women, when they get together with each other, they teach each other how to be bad and get away with it. They teach each other how to scam. It's not like that with men. When men get around each other, men typically have logical conversations. The next video I'm going to react to is going to be a guy and a girl accidentally calls her boyfriend the wrong name.
So let's tell them what we did today.
So we went to P.F. Chang's and Abby ate all my food and all of hers. Ate the whole restaurant.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
And then I had to drive through on the way home because I didn't have anything left. Because Abby ate all of it.
Caleb, no!
guys have to learn to do is put your foot down. All right? Women nowadays are having too much fun doing things to guys, and guys allowing it to happen because they feel good doing it. The more a woman can bring you down and make you feel low, the happier she is. Why? Because she's hurting that she can't compete with other girls. Whatever she can't do, whatever she's uncomfortable about, whatever she's angry about, women are always looking for a man to fix it. So, when you have every guy in the world that can fix and tell you and do you whatever you want, it's just like a kid who's given a toy that he didn't ask for. She's not going to appreciate it. And that's how women are when it comes to relationships. The more you give her your love, the less appreciative she's going to be. All right? Hopefully you guys were able to get the message at the end of the video. Comment, like, subscribe. Hasta la vista. Couple little features, track. We don't need all that because I'm going to be building it up myself. So all I need is the RT. So I'm seeing this RT right here. I saw this. It's black. But we'll get all that taken care of. But we're going to test drive this. I'm going to go in here. And if everything sounds good, then we're going to look to buy it. All right? Let's do it. All right. I want to test drive that car.
Yeah, let me grab the keys. I'll be right with you, man.
All right. How you doing?
How are you?
Doing good. I like your mask. All right. So the guy is going to go get the key, and we're going to come out, and we're going to test drive it. And let's give a shout out to the dealer. I'm not worried about all that stuff. If the price is right, we paying straight cash. Straight up. Hopefully he don't take forever getting the key. But look at this Mustang. We might pick up the Mustang. The Mustang. All right, y'all. We're going to wait for him to get the key. I'll check back with you. All right, guys. We in on the test drive. Got the salesman with me right now. And we're going to start off with the crank up. What we do? Press in right here?
Yep.
Do is tell me which guy reacted the best. Don't worry, none of these videos are bad. But what I also want to let guys out here know, a lot of people, not just men, but also women as well, know if their spouse is going to cheat on them or not. But your fear of being alone is what gives you hope in the relationship. You're always giving things the benefit of a doubt. And the reason why most people that get cheated on can feel the energy and give it a benefit of a doubt is because you don't want to start over. Love is your life. I tell guys all the time, there's only two things that a guy can love in life: his job and a woman. When a man loves his job, he goes through less relationship problems because he's on a purpose and he has something that a woman could attach to. But men who are not on their purpose and just typically working 9-to-5 jobs and don't really have a purpose of waking up, they're just structured to making money to get the things that they like, and they don't like the job they're at, you're going to also have a lot of relationship problems because you have a lot of free time. Relationship is your happiness. So you feel like if you don't get married, if you don't have kids, and you don't live out the picture frame lifestyle, then you're not going to be happy. All these thoughts go through a person's brain whenever they're in a relationship and they're scared to get out. All right, we're going to react to all three of these videos, and at the end, you tell me which video is the best. Let's get to it.
No.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Call your f***ing dad. Please call your dad. Call your mom, please. I'll pass by your house and tell your mom and dad. You're so stupid for sleeping over my house this week.
Can you leave me alone?
Bro, you wanna know something funny? I just in her last week and I had to make her take a plan B.
Can you stop?
How stupid do you feel?
Stop.
I had to buy a plan.
I had to take a Plan B for. I had to buy a Plan B the other day.
Can you leave?
I had to buy her a Plan B the other day. Side of her, that's hilarious.
Leave me alone.
Oh my God, this is fucking hilarious. This is the other dude right here, homie. Shout out to Elvia Diego right here. Bro, look at her fucking grill. Who do you think fucking plastic dipped that shit for her? Who plastic dipped her emblems?
Can you leave me alone?
How stupid? Who you calling your dad? I ain't scared of your dad at all. I know your fucking dad. I know your family too. Get ready to get famous. Be ready. Catch you later, bro.
I hope guys know that when women get caught cheating, it doesn't hurt as much as a man getting caught cheating. And the reason for that is because when a man gets caught cheating, it's typically not the woman that he's in love with. A man is able to put his heart into one woman, and all the other girls he would not have any emotion for at all. But when it comes to a woman, before a woman cheats, she already builds a connection with another man. She invests more emotion into the man. That's why it's worse when a woman cheats. It's because she's already psychologically gone. But when a man cheats, in a lot of cases, he's actually getting psychologically closer to the woman that he does love. That's a secret that women don't understand. So let's get to the second video. The second video is going to also be another video of a woman who got caught cheating on her husband with the bartender. Let's get to it.
How you guys doing? Nina, what's going on here? Tell me what's going on. Who's this guy? That's not your husband, right?
No.
You don't look like a husband to me. I don't blame you. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm James. I was the best man. This is Nina. This is my best friend's wife. So are you the bartender?
Not only, but yes.
Okay. That's excellent. Well, you guys have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Okay, that was the second video. All right, that was a guy whose best friend caught his best friend's wife with another man. Once again, you guys have to understand, by the time a woman gets around to being with another man, her and that man already have a bond together. So for her getting caught, it's not going to hurt as much. All right, and the last video is going to be, guy catches his girl cheating through her phone and kicks her out immediately. Let's get to it.
Cuz, on my mama, nigga, I knew I wouldn't stupid. Cuz, hey, get the fuck out my crib, cuz.
What I do? What I do?
Just get out my crib. You see this shit on my mama. No cap.
What I do?
Who knocked your period on, cuz? Who knocked your period on, cuz? On game. Get the fuck out my house. No cap. On my mama. Bitch, I knew I wasn't stupid. Get the fuck out right now. No cap. On my mama, I knew I wasn't stupid.
It's sad, the brainwashing that has existed in most women now. Women don't even know what's wrong and right in a relationship because she hasn't been taught. But she still has a sex drive from trying to be a man. So one man is not going to be able to please a woman nowadays just due to her hormonal change. Most of these girls that are working a lot of jobs, they're watching the gangbang videos just like you. All right? You guys tell me which guy reacted the best. All right? At the end of the video, comment, like, subscribe, and remember, she ain't holding you down, she's slowing you down. But are you really looking for one to hold you down after this? Hasta la vista. Let's go. YouTube, what's going on? All right. It's been about a week and a half since the last video that you saw, and I'm gonna explain to you what happened. I did a lot of filming, but I went on a bike trail and I did not have the GoPro hooked up correctly. Well, it was hooked up, it's just that it wasn't tight. and it ended up, I go across this bridge, it ends up coming off of the bike, and it bounced and went into the river that was below the bridge, and I was about to jump back into the river. So I ended up losing almost a week and a half worth of material, but I'm gonna catch you guys up to some things that you missed, all right? For one, you missed me getting the decals. I got the decals made for this channel, who is Anthonyspade. Next, we got these painted down here when we got it out the shop. So we got the red down there, and we got the red in here. What else we got? More stickers on this side. Anthonyspade channel. Before we get started today, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and go ahead and hit that share button, all right? Today we're gonna be talking about how to stop being a people pleaser, all right? And I think that when it comes to men, a lot of guys are people pleasers. And I think that when you're trying to be a people pleaser, it's gonna actually slow down your process of being a red pill man. It's gonna slow down your process of being a MGTOW man. Actually, in a lot of cases, going MGTOW is gonna help you not to be a people pleaser, because it's gonna separate you from dating, it's gonna separate you from being too close to people, and it's gonna allow you to figure yourself out. But when you're a people pleaser, you're constantly headed down a dreaded road. So today I'm going to teach you how to become a stronger person, how to recognize things within your body that you may not see now, all right? We're gonna first talk about why you're a people pleaser, the effects of people pleaser, why being a people pleaser keeps you in bad relationships, and then I'm gonna teach you how to fix it and things you need to look for. First, we're gonna talk about why you're a people pleaser and how. Okay, as a people pleaser, you must realize this. You are a professional liar, right? Accept that. All people pleasers are professional liars. The person that's always trying to adjust their emotions to other people's emotions is a professional liar. Because when you adjust your emotions to appease somebody else, you're ignoring how you really feel. And that's what's gonna crutch you in the long run. It's not being brave enough or confident enough to tell people exactly how they feel. So when you're acting like this, you actually confuse people. I'm gonna explain to you why you confuse people. Because you go so long being the people pleaser, adjusting your emotions, that all that animosity that you wanna say builds up. And it builds up, and then one day you snap. And when you snap, everybody is sitting around like, what happened to Johnny? Why is he acting like this? What did people do to him like that? What's going wrong with you? You're gonna want people to understand why you're snapping, but they ain't gonna never understand you because you were never real with them up front. So they're not gonna take you serious. This is the effects of people pleaser, is that when you wanna be serious, they're not gonna accept you being serious because they're so used to you adjusting your emotions and lying, all right? Now, most of this comes from a childhood. All right? In a childhood situation, 9 times out of 10, you had a mom or a dad who was very full of a lot of tense, that got mad really fast. And when they lash out as a little kid, it scared you. And what it does is it demasculates you. A lot of men from single parent homes, especially black men, have been demasculated, and black men became a people pleaser, which is why they date bad women and black women run all over them. When you're a nice guy, it mainly comes from a childhood where your mom or dad was lashing out, and as a child, you were demasculized and you adjust your emotions to make them happy, so it was less tension in the house. This carries on with you throughout your life, and then it puts you in a relationship that you start actually acting like this with your spouse. You start dating people that have the same mindset as your parents that caused you to be a people pleaser. So now you'll date a woman that lash out. And then when that woman starts lashing out, you start adjusting your emotions to appease her. That you become so used to doing it, it becomes part of your neurological system. So all you know to do when she lash out, you instantly got to be happy. You give yourself excuse. You cannot be real with her. Because the more you try to be real with her, the more tension she's probably gonna have. At least that's what you think. But in a lot of cases, being honest may stop a lot of that. So when you're in a bad relationship and you wanna get out because you're scared to get out. Let me explain to you why you're scared to get out. Because you're scared that if you leave the relationship, the next person that they date is going to treat them bad because you've been adjusting your emotions so much to treat them good that you think that they need you now. Now you're like, man, this person needs me because I adjust my emotions to make them happy. No one else knows how to treat them the way I treat them, so I'm going to stay in this bad relationship because if I leave this bad relationship, then the person I'm adjusting my emotions to is going to fail. They're going to be hurt and they're going to fall. But as long as I'm here helping them build up, then they're going to become a better person. No, you got to stop doing that. And I'm going to explain to you how you fix this, all right? The one way that you fix this first, you must realize this. Your confidence and your insecurity levels are really low. That's why you're doing it. You do not believe in yourself. Your confidence level is really, really, really low. What you have to do to get your confidence up, you must face the facts. You have to look in the mirror. You have to understand that these type of things are actually crutching you. So what you want to do is stop being irrational about things. Stop coming to a conclusion to a situation without actually seeing how it plays out. That's what you're scared of. You're scared if you speak the truth, someone's gonna tell you something back that you don't want to hear and hurt your feelings. That's how it is. It's like, oh, I want to tell that person they got a stain on their shirt, but I'm scared they're gonna lash out me. I want to tell that person that they're doing something bad for them, but if I tell them the truth, they're gonna lash out at me. So I'm gonna be quiet and adjust my emotions to them because I'm scared exactly what they're gonna say to me. You must learn to be more confident and not jump to conclusions as fast. A lot of people out there are waiting for somebody to tell them the truth. A lot of people that jump to conclusion and lash out, they're doing it because a people pleaser is allowing them to do it. There's no one there to call them on their fault. So as a people pleaser, learn to be brutally honest with somebody because they may not lash out the way that you think that they're going to lash out. All right, the next thing, all right? You want to tell the truth, but you're scared. All right, what you have to do is learn to tell the truth in a questionable form. Like for instance, if you want to tell a person or a woman, you look fat in that dress, don't say you look fat in that dress. You know what you say? How you think that dress looks on you? Ask the question. What you want to say to somebody, don't say it directly. Like, don't tell somebody like, hey man, that's wrong, you shouldn't do that. Say, hey, how do you feel about doing that? Do you think that's right or wrong? See, when you just give a suggestion to someone, they get defensive. But if you ask somebody a question, it forces them to think and respond. So learn not to just say something to somebody. Learn to ask them what you want to say to them. Asking somebody and being direct is two different things. When your confidence is low, you have to learn to get your word out that's going to be better for your emotions. For it to be better for your emotions, you need to learn to ask what you want to say to a person. Instead of saying, hey man, you shouldn't be smoking weed or you shouldn't be doing this. Say, do you think you should be doing that? Do you think you should be acting like this? Do you think you should be telling that person that? Do you think this? Learn to put the word do you think and then put what you want to say to them. And trust me, you'll become way more open and way more confident to getting your word out. Next, get rid of your imaginary audience. When I say get rid of your imaginary audience, that means stop thinking that everywhere you go, everybody's looking at you. Everybody's paying attention to what you say. Everybody is paying attention to your insecurity. No, that's your imaginary audience because the same people you think are thinking about you and ready to make a suggestion about you, they feel the same way about you. They think that you're judging them the same way you think that they're judging you. You must get rid of that imaginary audience and realize like, no, you're just as insecure as everybody else. Those dark secrets that you're scared to talk about, they're scared to talk about. So you need to get rid of the imaginary audience, because that's what's holding you back. Your fear of what people are gonna say about you. Stop being irrational about that. Stop jumping to conclusions. Oh, everybody say that. Oh man, I don't wanna do that. I'm stupid, y'all. Oh, I can't do that. That's what people pleasers do. They're always thinking of something negative to keep them from being honest with themselves or honest with somebody else, because of their imaginary audience or what they think the masses is gonna think about them. You must learn to not do that. Next, learn to understand yourself. This is important. You must know who you are. Once you know who you are, then you know how to talk. You know how to react. Once you know who you are, you'll know exactly how to get rid of the right people in your life. Get rid of the wrong people in your life and bring the right ones in that's gonna allow you to be honest. Like for instance, I'm a very red pill, blunt talking person. So the average person that gets around me feel like they can't be honest because I'm so brutally honest. But they'll go around people that's more insecure than them, and they'll be the leader to them as I am to them. You feel what I'm saying? So what you have to understand in that situation is because they know who they are. They know exactly who they could talk to. They know exactly who they can't talk to. Once you understand your audience, or you understand yourself and the audience that's going to be around you, it will help you to be more brutally honest. The more brutally honest you become, the less of a people pleaser you're going to be. You must understand this about a people pleaser. Don't nobody care about you. Nobody cares about your emotions. The more you try to appease everybody else, the more you're going to become a little puppet master within their tool, where they're going to be using your emotions as leverage to get what they want. So you must learn who you are now, learn to stand your ground, and learn to be honest as to what you want to do, and learn to tell somebody, I don't like that, I don't like you, I don't like this, and watch how your life change and you'll stop being a people pleaser. This is Anthonyspade. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm just getting started. I got so much coming, it is unreal. But first, watch the entire video. Okay, today we're going to be talking about why Sigma males live the best life. All right, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because a lot of people may not understand that you are an introverted person. A lot of introverted people feel like they're missing out on life when they're not realizing that you are already living the best life. You just don't know about it yet. But a lot of you Sigmas out there are fully aware that you're living the best life. Today, we're just going to break down the traits as to why you are living the best life. All right? First, we're our own self-psychologists. All right? And the reason why Sigma males become their own psychologists is because we don't get distracted from the crowd. We don't get distracted from other people. So we're able to absorb ourselves, but we're able to absorb human nature. Being that the betas and the alphas spend so much time trying to either impress the crowd, we're always on the outside of the crowd looking in. With us being on the outside looking in, we're able to study movements of people. We're able to study attitudes of people because we're not indulging into it. So while everyone else is having mood swings, being that we're not interacting with people, our moods stay the same. With our mood staying the same, it allows us to absorb things better. Most alphas and betas cannot absorb life because they are too busy trying to control a situation or trying to pay attention to what everyone else is thinking about them. But when you're on the outside like a Sigma and no one's paying attention to you, then it's easy for you to see how the crowd is being manipulated. All right? A lot of people need psychiatrists because they have paid attention to too many things in life. And the psychiatrist is just there to tell them things that they already know. But when you're a Sigma male, you're an introvert, you already know the answers to these psychological things. Most of y'all just have a problem with social with interacting with people socially. But when it comes to the knowledge of people, you gain that faster, which is why a lot of introverts are on YouTube giving you the information. And I've told people this. If you go on YouTube, a lot of these guys that give you the information about women are guys that don't get women because they sat on the outside and have observed them. Next, Sigma males are self-aware of themselves, all right? Most Sigma males learn to be a minimalist. And the reason why most Sigma males learn to be a minimalist is because of the knowledge that you gain from observing life, all right? You start to realize that majority of the things that people are doing in life are to impress other people. But when you're a Sigma and you stop living for the thoughts of other people, you start paying attention to what's logical in your life. That goes all the way down to the shoes, the shirts, the cars, the way you spend your money, the way you do everything. Most Sigma males have good credit, paid all their bills off, and live with the minimum and the money that they could be spending to look good. They don't do that. They just keep it in the bank so they always have a cushion. That's a true sign that you're a Sigma male, is when you're a cheap person because you realize you don't need to spend as much money as you think you can. And that's where a Sigma male superpower is at, is that we learn to be a minimalist. With us being a minimalist, we save a lot more money, which creates a lot more money for us to actually explore life, take trips, and do things that we really want to do. Next, Sigma males have patient ambition, all right? What I mean by patient ambition, alphas and betas, when it comes to this is where they fail at. They'll try things 1, 2, or 3 times, and when it doesn't work out, they'll quit, all right? They can be defeated by obstacles, all right? When it comes to Sigmas, we can't be defeated by obstacles. And the reason why we can't be defeated by obstacles is because we're constantly thinking and we're waiting for the situation to work in our favor. That's something that alphas and betas don't know how to do. They don't know how to sit back and relax and wait for things to work in their favor while they think of ways to make it work in their favor. You see what I'm saying? And the reason for that is because both of them, the alpha and the beta, need quick results. And the reason why they need quick results is because both of them are always living for the people. It's just the alpha is trying to control people. The beta is the one that's following the alpha, but still pretends to be alpha. The Sigma, we are on the outside. With us not having any distractions, we are patient enough to allow our dreams to come to us with just a little persistence. But alphas and betas need overnight success. Next, Sigmas have longer concentrations, all right? We can concentrate on things longer. We can watch videos longer. We can listen to music longer. We can do everything that everyone else does, but we can do it longer. Our attention spans are higher than others, all right? And this goes back to the fact that we're not distracted and we're introverted. So we learn our self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? When we learn to do things longer, it's because that's how we keep ourselves company. That becomes our friend. Knowledge becomes our friend. Knowledge of life, knowledge of self is actually the thing that most Sigma males fall in love with. So once you fall in love with always learning knowledge, then you're always patient enough to listen to it. Like with me, Dr. Claude Anderson and Boyce Watkins talk for hours, but I'm patient enough to sit there and watch the entire lectures. It's the same thing with these videos. A lot of people are gonna watch 2 to 3 minutes of the video and they're gonna click off. But most of you Sigma males, you're gonna be all the way up to this amount of time watching the entire thing because your attention span is longer while everyone else's is shorter. Next, Sigmas keep a modest attitude, all right? That's what we do. We keep a modest attitude, but we humiliate people with sarcasm. That's what we kill people at. We can keep the same type of attitude and become very, not too much, not too low, but just right there at modest. And we can kill people and humiliate people with sarcasm. That's our superpower. It's because in a lot of cases, A lot of y'all may not be the best looking. You may not be the most rich. You may not be these things. Some of you guys physically may not look good, but all you have is brain power. All right? With you having the brain power and you're smart, your mindset can stay at a medium. Most Sigmas can keep their mindsets at a medium, but we're also the masters of humility. We can humiliate people through sarcasm. We can humiliate people with knowledge. We can humiliate people with the things that we have learned about life. Next and last, this is probably the best feature that a Sigma male has, is his determination. All right? Most Sigma males have a high determination IQ, which means when a Sigma male put his mind to it, it's virtually almost impossible for you to knock him off track. And the reason for that is because all of our distractions are completely gone. When we say, hey, we want to do this, we're going to accomplish that, chances are we have already researched it 1,000 times. We've already read about it. We've already did our research. We are fully blown that we're ready to take on the task at hand and we're ready to move forward. So when we're determined to do something, we don't stop until we get it done. And the reason why we don't stop until we get it done is because we researched it so much. We are aware of ourselves. We know that we can handle the downfalls and the setbacks that come with it. We can handle the obstacles. That makes our determination much higher when we go inside of a situation, anticipating to fail and get back up and keep going. That's what the alpha and a lot of beta males can't do. They can't fall down and just have that determination and say, you know what, fuck it. If I fall 1,000 times, it don't matter. I'm not stopping until I get this done. I don't care what I gotta go through. And that's what Sigma males are really good at. We're really good at putting our mind, body, and soul into something and not stopping until we accomplish it. And this is why Sigma males live the best life. Hopefully you like the video. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel, hit the donation if you can. This is Anthonyspade. Hasta la vista. Today I'm going to be talking about rules that you should live by, regardless of what type of relationship you're in. Whether you're doing friends with benefits, whether you're dating, whether you and a woman are actually in a relationship. If you maintain these rules, then you help keep your confidence in a relationship, and it doesn't allow you to get too attached to the point where you're blind. In most relationships, people have common sense. But when your emotions take over, it causes you to be blind. This is how people can listen to what everyone tells them about their bad relationship, but they fail to react on it. It's because they're emotionally tied up. So today we're going to talk about the mindset that you need to have before you start dating and what you need to do while you are dating. All right? First, you must learn to say less and don't gossip in relationships. When you start gossiping in relationships, you start going down the path of a woman. See, when you're around a woman, you want to be quiet as possible and let her talk. But when you talk, you make sure you talk with aggression. You make sure you talk and make common sense. Too many guys get indulged into the woman's lifestyle. You get indulged into her gossip. You start paying attention to what her and her friends are doing, to the point where you lose yourself. Majority of you guys out there, you before you met the girl that hurt you, you had a group of guys that you were hanging with. But the moment you met that woman, you lost all your friends and you indulged into her lifestyle. Once you indulge into a woman's lifestyle, she has complete control over you. If you learn to stay outside the gossip and say less, it helps you maneuver better when you're with her. Next, establish boundaries whenever you're with a person and with a woman. Do not be afraid to tell her what she can and cannot get away with. That's something that a lot of you beta males do not know how to do. You do not have the confidence to tell a woman exactly how you feel. Well, before you get in a relationship, start practicing telling everybody how you feel. All right? Regardless of any situation. It don't matter if it's man, woman, child. Learn to be brutally honest about things and set boundaries which you're willing to accept and which you're willing not to accept. When people see that you don't have any boundaries, that's when they take you give them an inch and then they take a mile and then they run all over you. Learn to establish your boundaries, all right? Next, give people their space and move slow. I tell guys all the time, when it comes to a woman, the slower you move, the faster she will. And the reason for that is because time's always moving fast now. Most people are going to sleep on a Monday and you're waking up on Friday, not realizing that time has moved fast, right? So understand, a week without talking to a woman is not enough time. I told a guy on my live, you called a girl in 3 days, she's expecting you to call her in 3 days. But being that time is going by so fast, them 3 days that you waited to call her felt like 15 minutes from the time you got her number to the time you called her. So nowadays, learn to actually be the introvert that you are and stay distant and don't talk to them as much. Talk less, call less. What does that do? That gives people space and time to miss you. When people miss you, they respect you. Understand, people respect the person that they don't know that much about. Once people know everything about you, then they run all over you. Next, love yourself first. It may sound cocky, it may sound arrogant, but you have to love yourself first. A lot of people may look at it like, well, if I love myself, it's going to make me appear arrogant. No, it's not. It's not going to make you look that cocky. Make sure you take pride in what you look like. Make sure you take pride in how people perceive you, but don't be indulged into it. Be comfortable with who you are. Next, don't try to change people's minds. Too many times people out here love to keep talking. You love to keep trying to prove people things in order to change their mind. It's not like that. Nowadays, we live in a narcissist world. Most people believe what they believe. So allow people to believe what they believe and stop spending too much time trying to convince somebody of something. I go in my comment section all the time and I see people telling me a whole bunch of stuff that I should be doing. If I listen to everybody in my comment section, my channel would have no subscribers because pretty much a lot of people agree with me, but you have those small people that don't agree with you. Don't pay attention to that. Learn to trust yourself. Trust yourself to move forward and stop caring what other people think. Next, be accountable. When I say be accountable, there's no such thing as excuses. All right? That's why successful people say there's no such thing as excuses. Stop making excuses. You have to do that. Learn to not have excuses for everything that happened in your life or excuses for why something didn't go wrong. Next time something go wrong, don't think of an excuse to tell somebody. Just be accountable. I was wrong. I made the bad mistake. I did this. Okay. And settle it. Too many people, when they fail and things don't go their way, the first thing they start saying is all of their excuses. And then you have some people that'll give you a list of excuses and then be like, I'm just saying there's no excuses. I'm just saying that this was going on. No. Be accountable. The more you can learn to be accountable, the stronger you look as a person, the more a woman and other people are going to respect you. Next, don't be afraid to argue. All right? Don't go looking for arguments, but don't be afraid to argue because when you argue, you're standing your ground. In today's world, we have too many debaters. We have too many people that know everything. We have too many people that think they're geniuses because they can go to Google and just keep pulling up information. So people are walking around thinking that their belief system is right. So if you have a belief system that you believe is right, learn to stand your ground so you can't be manipulated. All right? Don't be afraid to argue your point, whether you're wrong or whether you're right. Don't be afraid to argue your point because that allows you to stand your ground and allows you to be red pill, but it gives you confidence in others. By standing your ground, you'll be able to see weakness in people that you didn't even know. Most strengths that people have is only in their mouth. The louder they are, the weaker they are at heart. So when you stand your ground, you can spot out the strong from the weak. Next, speak up when there's a problem. That's something that a lot of people don't do. You sit back and you allow things to continue to happen that are bothering you. That's what most of y'all do. She's bothering me. This bothers me. That bothers me. Learn to speak up and say, that bothered me. I don't want to deal with it. Learn to be that argumentative, like I said in the last thing. Don't be afraid to argue. Stand your ground. When you see something that you don't like, make sure you point it out that you don't like. But when you start acting like this, expect the people around you to change. And the reason why they're going to change, and they may look at you funny at first, is because they're used to you being a certain way. Show them that you are a stronger person and you're not afraid to point out flaws within yourself and flaws in them and flaws in the situation. All right. Next, get rid of the my type. See, some of you guys have it in your head where you're like, this is my type. I only want that. I only want this type of woman. Let me tell you guys something. When it comes to dating and relationships with women, a lot of you guys' neurological system are programmed to the girls that you're jerking off to. So when you start talking about women, you fantasize that type of girl because you want that type of girl to want you. And when she don't want you, now you're getting mad. It's the same thing with women. Women want a certain type of guy. And when that certain type of guy doesn't want them back, now they get mad at all men. Okay, what you have to do is get rid of the my type. And you got to start going with what girl is moving in my direction. What girl is actually into me. What girl is more realistic of me being with. She may not be the cutest thing in the world. She may not be the smartest girl in the world. She may not be a model. You may be an ugly dude that need to be with an ugly woman. That's the problem. Once you learn to get of the my type or I gotta have this type, a whole different world is gonna open up because you can have somebody into you that's not pretty physically, but once you get to know them, their mind, body, and soul can look extremely good to the point where you overlook how bad they look. A lot of women would do this to men when they get desperate. But a lot of you desperate men that are really seeking relationships and really hitting my email up to learn how to be in relationships, lower your standards. Get rid of the my type, all right? And if you learn to stick with these rules, whether you're dating, whether you're full blown, you won't get hurt as much because you'll be able to show strength as a person, all right? This is Anthonyspade. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, notifications button. Hopefully I was able to help you with the rules of dating, regardless of the relationship. Hasta la vista. While most women want to be married and be a mistress. Turn it up. Stay tuned. You gotta stop worrying about what people think about you and start thinking about what hard work could amount to. On the road to success, you travel all alone, blocking out the world, staying in your own zone. Trying to stay focused when you're in the unknown, cause the snakes in the grass. Welcome back to the Anthonyspade channel. Before we get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video. But first, watch the entire video. Next, I just want to say I would not be talking about all women. It just feels like it. And if it feels like I'm talking about you, you need to check yourself. All right? Why women want to be married and be wives and be mistresses. My bad. That's what we're going to be talking about today. First, I'm going to start off with why women want to be wives. All right? Women want to be married. Regardless of what they say on surface, what they say on the internet, they want to be married. All right? A lot of these young girls, they fell for the trick. I feel sorry for the young ones. And they don't have any relationship skills. So you got a lot of women that are growing out of that feminist phase. And they're growing into this I want to be married phase. All right? Now, the women that want to be married, that are going to be seeking marriage, this is going to be an opportunity for a lot of guys out there who is not on top of their game, who didn't get in the gym, who didn't get on their purpose, all right? That's still looking for women. Those type of women are going to be for you. Those are going to be the wall hitters that are looking to get married. And if you're not the best version of yourself as a man and you're still seeking a woman, I think that you should aim towards that. You need the girl that hit the wall and says, I want to be married, because you haven't became the best version of yourself. So you can't complain about her past or what she looks like, because you probably look the same. Now, for all the other guys out there who are on your purpose, who are doing your things, you still have to higher your standards a little more. You still can't be with the average woman. You still got to find a woman and you got to mold her up, which is what you would teach yourself in the process of you bettering yourself. You'll know how to find the woman that you need to be with so you can mold her up. All right? So understand, majority of men and women want to be married regardless of what they're saying online and on surface. Next, to a woman, the man that's good in bed is not the man that she wants to go a long-term relationship with. What do I mean by that? 90% of housewives have a man that's not good in bed, but he's really good with kids. He's really good with money. He's really good with family. All right? Because those are going to be the most important things to a woman, not necessarily what's happening in the bed. And the reason why what he does in the bed doesn't matter is because she can always get somebody to get in the bed. She always knows this. A woman always knows, I can always find a man that's going to blow my back out, but I cannot find a man that's going to play the family role, that's going to pay all the bills, and that's going to worship me. So the amount of guys that are going to actually be eligible to worship her, when I say eligible, I mean the guys that are going deeper than just the DMs. See, the DMs got a whole bunch of guys. I love you. I want to be with you. I'll donate to your Cash App. I'll do this and I'll do that. Okay, those are fantasy guys. She uses them as tools because those are just the guys that are weak. But we're talking about the guy that she's going to physically see in real life. It's going to be the kind of mindset of that guy, but he's going to be a little bit more sanity. So she's going to get a beta male in the neighborhood that's local to her to marry. But he's going to be the beta male that has the good job. He's going to be the beta male that family does come first. He's going to be the beta male that worships her. See, she going to be with the beta male that worship her, but everybody on the outside of the relationship is going to know she's only using him. Why? Because to a woman, the guy that's good in bed is not the same guy who could go long-term in a relationship, which is why they date the beta to manipulate them, but then they go get their back blown out by the alpha male. She continues this trait even when she gets married. Next, why do she want to be a mistress? That's where we're talking about the other guy. All right. The reason why the other guy is good in bed is because she places herself as the mistress. Now, you may be like, what do you mean the mistress? The mistress is a side chick to a man who has a woman or a married man. You're right. That's what she wants. Women don't want to be in a relationship and mess with a guy who's single unless she's ready to move on. It's not going to work. When a woman gets married, she is really, most of those women are not looking to cheat on their beta male with a single guy. And the reason why is because they fear that the single guy will fall in love with them, right? And then jeopardize her manipulation that she has over her beta male, right? You have to understand that. What's more important to a woman is the fact that that man pays the bills, can play the family role, and worship her. With him not being good in bed, that's a different ball game. But she can't allow the average guy to mess up the three things that she already has locked down. So she aims for that guy who already has a girlfriend or that guy that already has a wife. Why? Because it allows her to play the mysterious game, right? And when you play the mysterious game with a woman, it turns her on. So with her competing with the wife and being a side chick, it turns her on. It puts them in the danger zone when they got to sneak around and do things. When they got to sneak around and it's dangerous and it's very suspense and they can get caught. That helps a woman to have an orgasm faster. At the same time, it keeps the other guy from falling in love with her to jeopardize losing everything that she built with the beta male. You have to understand that. That's how a woman is looking at it. Some guys think, oh, I'm a good looking guy. I'm driving down the road. I got a nice car. I hop out the car. All the women are looking at me. I'm good looking. I'm this. Let me tell you something. A lot of that only works with young women and fat chicks when you get older. It don't work with the average girl. The guy that hops out with all the muscles and all that, I'm telling you, that's only young women and fat chicks when you get older. When women get around 30 and 29, 28, 30 years old, they know what guy has the money. They know what guy is alpha. You can't convince them of nothing. You can't come around there all muscled up, looking chilled up, and then as soon as you start talking, she spots your beta traits. That's what women see. Women see beta traits within a man. So understand, She needs that mystery. She needs to create her own fantasy inside of her head. So a man that already has a woman plays the perfect role for her and causes her to get that rush, that thrill that's going to allow her to have an orgasm to release the dopamine throughout her body. She needs that mysterious. I told guys, mystery creates desire. Desire creates love with a woman. But a woman loves to desire a man that women want. That's how come she wants to be a mistress to a married man and be married to another guy. Next, beta males are only bait. I wish a lot of these guys will understand that. You're only bait. The moment your woman walks outside of that house, she starts flirting with other men. She starts interacting with other men. Every man around you loses respect. Loses respect for you. That's what a lot of you so-called I got my life together beta males don't get. If your woman, let's say you the guy that got the Benz, that got everything, that got the nice car, that got the mansion, that got all the money. You're worth $10 million, right? You got the pretty woman. But your pretty woman goes to the gym and flirts with everybody at the gym, and then she gets caught being with another man, but you don't know it yet. But everybody around you know. Guess what? You're no longer the man. Your house don't matter to nobody no more. Your money don't matter to nobody no more. Once a man is known as a sucker, nobody cares about a weak man. Nobody. Your money is not going to make people think you stronger than you. Your money is not going to make people respect you. Only thing that's going to happen is with you betas, you get used as bait for her to flesh out the alpha male. So the alpha male gives her the mysterious and starts to create a life with her so she feels good. That's the sad part. A lot of these beta males out here thinking that just because you could portray the image of what society told you to be, you have it. No, it don't work like that. If your woman worried about what she look like when she walk outside and she got to always look good, you're done. You're done. If you ain't around, other men are messing with your woman in this, you're done. I keep trying to tell dudes, you could be the man. If your woman is slut, nobody's going to like you. I don't care who you are, where you from. You could be the toughest guy, the most bodybuilding guy. You could be the richest guy in the world and have a woman. The moment that woman shows that she has no respect for you, everybody around you won't have respect for you. That's how simple it is. This is Anthonyspade. Hopefully, you was able to get the message on why women want to be wives and mistresses at the same time. In order for a man to keep a woman's interest, he must not be that interested into her. She has to be interested in learning everything about you. The moment a woman feels like she knows everything about you, it's over. This is Anthonyspade. Hasta la vista. Okay, today we're going to be talking about why women ruin relationships. We're ready. Why women ruin relationships, tonight's lecture. All right? And this is what we're seeing a lot of. We're seeing a lot of relationships coming to an end. And if you're in a relationship right now, these are some things that you're gonna need to pay attention to. Period. All right? Let's get to the first slide. Overanalyzing everything. All right? When she starts overanalyzing things, this is going to be the thing that actually gets on your nerves the most, because she's going to start taking everything serious. She's going to want to know who, what, when, and where. Where are we going? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? She's going to become more of a nuisance to be around. She's going to start questioning things more. And the reason why you're going to see her questioning things more is because she's going to naturally be picking a fight. So she's going to be naturally trying to disagree with you. So when she starts overanalyzing things, she's going into a narcissist state of mind. All right? So if you're in a relationship right now, right, and she's starting to ask a lot of more questions. All right. And then when you guys start debating things, she just explodes real big. Okay. That's a sign that she's trying to ruin the relationship, but she's not doing any of this intentionally. It's how she really feels in the inside, and her body is, in her mind and soul is just adjusting to it. All right. What you have to understand about a woman is, being that they're so emotional and sex can be so emotional, in a lot of cases, you can actually train a woman by not having sex with her. And throughout that process, you're able to see how her brain differs from when you're having sex with her to when you're not. But when she starts overanalyzing things, understand it's her narcissist mind that's kicking in. Next, she pretends to be someone she's not. All right. Why does this ruin the relationship? All right. This is why it ruins the relationship. Because you get to see her being fake. You'll see her being one person out there in public, and then you'll see her being another person behind the scenes. But when you're in this relationship, the more you're going to realize she cares more about the public than anybody else. But the person that she is in public is always a fake person. She's always pretending to be somebody else. And that's what a lot of guys in relationships, that's what bothers you the most. And when you're in a relationship, you finding yourself trying to help her cater to be this personality that everyone wants to view. All right. So this is why those simps, they go out and make sure they woman got the best like purse, got the best shoes, got the best hairdo. The simp guys with money actually help the woman pretend to be somebody that she's not. Now, how does this ruin the relationship? It's because it drives the man crazy, trying to balance both of her personalities and trying to balance both of her emotions. Because some days she's going to be happy because she's going to feel like she's prettier than everybody else and she's feeling like a princess. And then the other days she's going to be very, very, very miserable. All right. Why? Because she's pretending to be somebody that she's not because she cares about public opinion. All right. And when all of this starts happening day after day, week after week, that's when your love for her actually starts to draw away. You know what I'm saying? That's when relationships start coming to an end, is when you start realizing like, man, she's too many people for me to keep up with. Let's go to the next one. Mistakes and apologies. All right. Let me put this up. Mistakes and apologies. What I mean by mistakes, my bad. What I mean by mistakes and apologies, she's going to always be doing things that make you mad and making mistakes to where a lot of things go wrong, right? And then she's going to be apologizing for it, okay? It's going to almost be like, man, she cannot get nothing right. Man, she can't get this right. To the point where you're going to start to think that she is really dumb. But that's her emotions getting discombobulated. When a woman's emotions start to really go inside of a tangle like that, she has a tendency to make mistakes. This is why a woman can never be president. You know what I'm saying? It's because she makes emotional decisions. So when you knowing that the relationship is coming to an end, she's caught between love and freedom. When her emotions are caught between love and freedom, she makes a lot of mistakes. And you're going to be getting mad. And as you get mad, she's going to continue to apologize. My bad, I'm sorry. But if she sticks in her narcissist mindset, then she'll blame you on why she made the mistake. All right? So understand, the mistakes, apologies, I blame you for it. Mistakes, apologies, she's going to blame you for it. Because if you're the one to blame, right, then you stop and look at yourself. That's what a lot of you beta males do. You sit back and you watch her make these mistakes over and over again, and you just keep covering it up for her. You keep giving her excuses. You keep going along with it, right? And it's just apology after apology. Then eventually all of it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? That's how it keeps going. Once everything starts to become your fault, then all her little mood swings would make sense. And women naturally are going to use this to begin a breakup. She's going to use the mistakes, the apologies, then eventually she'll start blaming you for it. And then y'all get the, let's sit down and talk. All right? All right, we're going to go to the next slide, which is going to be self-esteem gets lower. All right? Now, this is something that absolutely ruins relationships. And the reason why is because women are always competing with other women. Now, with their addiction to the internet, they're always competing with women that they really don't see on a day-to-day basis. They're competing with society. All right, so every time that a woman goes to pick up her phone and look at her phone and see another photo, that right there makes her feel lower and lower and lower because she's getting older. You know what I'm saying? So as she gets older and she's skimming through the internet, she's seeing younger girls on the come up that are grabbing the attention away from her. So the man in the relationship, you watch her just constantly have these mood swings. You see what she looks like when all that makeup is scraped off. All right. And she has to look in the mirror and see that because your attraction level for her starts to stoop lower. All right. So when women are trying to actually ruin relationships, they're actually just mad at themselves. They're mad at how they feel inside, which is why I tell guys, when it comes to a woman, women are happier being depressed. They're happy being sad, which is why the bad boy always wins because the bad boy always keeps her guessing and feeling low. But the beta male is always trying to lift her up. That's why beta males are always catching the butt end of the stick because she realizes this guy is lying to me. All right. When she looks in the mirror and she starts scraping all that makeup off, right? And she says, oh my God, I'm ugly. And then she puts the makeup on and then you look at her and you say, man, you're pretty. You know what she says? No, I'm not. It's the makeup. Because she's going to always remember what she looks like whenever she scrapes that makeup off, which is why, like, you'll see a lot of girls who build their beauty just with makeup, they stay single. And the reason why they stay single is because the world falls in love with the character that they have designed with makeup, and they're afraid to show anybody who they really are. So you'll see beautiful girls that just always stay single. Beautiful girls that just always stay single. And the reason why they do that is because they're afraid that if they wake up one day and the man that likes them for what they look, see what she really looks like, is going to leave her. All right. So as her esteem drops lower, she starts trying to break the relationship up because she's just looking at it like he's going to like somebody else anyways. So she's trying to, it's just a reverse psychology system to where she wants you to come back and start treating her like a queen again. You know what I'm saying? But she's trying to ruin the relationship because she's accepted the fact that she's hit the wall. All right, let's go to the next one. Overly sensitive. All right, when it comes to overly sensitive, this is where she takes small things and turn them into bombs. Small little debates, small little arguments, small little something. Now all of a sudden, everything just makes her mad. The little things that she ignored before now just makes her mad. Now, if you say any type of joke, anything towards her, it just makes her mad. She just explodes. No matter what she does, she's always sensitive and always playing the pity role. All right. When they get around to doing that, they have just faced depression. They're so face and face with depression that it's unreal by the time they get to the overly sensitive part. The overly sensitive part is a natural fallback for a woman. It's called victimhood. All right. They will always take overly sensitive situations and flip them into a victimized situation. You know what I'm saying? When she starts getting overly sensitive about things and she starts playing the victim about things, that's just one of her chameleon strategies. All right? Chameleon strategies to get you to fall more beta than what she is. Remember, the lower she goes, the more she hits the wall, the worse she needs her man to be. Your woman can't be hitting the wall and you be becoming the best man, you becoming the best version of yourself. It doesn't work that way. As a woman hits the wall, in order to keep her happy and keep her more confident, you as a man, you got to be hitting the wall worse than her. If she weighed 200 pounds, you got to weigh 7. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you're a man that look good and got your stuff together, but she's coming down off that wall, she's going to be overly sensitive about everything because she feels like you could do better. And she'll use this to go ahead and as a defense mechanism to weave herself out of the relationship. Being overly sensitive causes women to create so much drama in the relationship that the bond between the man and the woman starts to break because of her actions. Now, the next thing is going to be a clear giveaway as to a woman that is trying to ruin the relationship. And this is going to be look crazy all the time. All right? What I mean by a woman looking crazy all the time, that means that she goes from being a cute little girlfriend that you like and that you adore to the devil. The closer you get to ending that relationship, the more of the devil comes out of her. All right? And it hurts the most because a lot of you guys, especially guys that have been in love, you always go back to the beginning of the relationship when you first laid eyes on her and you started getting those butterflies in your stomach and your palms are sweaty when you're around her. You're happy she texts you back. You're happy she called you back. You know, when everything starts looking like I used to call it a picture frame lifestyle. I tell women like that all the time because I'm always talking to women and women love to say, oh, I've been with my boyfriend this long. I've been doing this for so long. I am so happy and I am so this. I'm like, wow. That's a picture frame lifestyle. She'd be like, what's a picture frame lifestyle? I tell her, you're telling me that your relationship look good, but you're really probably not doing good at all because relationships are not like that. Relationships are contracts and relationships are a job. The fairy tale is not true. So a lot of these women think that they're living out the fairy tale, all right? But the fairy tale only exists when up until you put the ring on the finger. That's it. Once the ring is on the finger, a new story has to start. All right. When it comes to a woman looking crazy all the time, that means that you have no control over her. She's too emotional to the point where everybody around you is saying, why is he still with her? That girl is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You're the guy that everyone's trying to figure out. Why are you still with this woman? So when she starts looking crazy all the time, she's definitely trying to get out of the relationship, especially if you're close to your family, because she don't care if she looks crazy to them because she plan on being with somebody else down the road anyway. All right. And I'm going to start it off with Red Sing the Blues. Red, how do you feel about women looking crazy all the time?